What's up, guys? Buckle up because you're about to enjoy an excellent Snaps game preview where we tell you everything you need to know about this weekend's game and probably some stuff that you didn't. Enjoy. Ole Miss at Florida. Old Sunbelt Black Spot Billy done thrown it all back in my face. Made a lot of people eat crow this year as Billy Napier back against the wall all year long, deal with massive injuries, has this Florida team playing hard. He has a very good young quarterback in DJ Lagway who is playing very well right now and is playing hurt and still finding ways to be successful. He's probably coming off one of the biggest win, if not the biggest win of his tenure at Florida and dominating LSU in the swamp last week. However, as good as Florida is playing, Aaron, where would you rank Ole Miss right now in terms of the country in the current form that they're in?
I think I have Ole Miss as my number one team in the SEC. My top 12, Ole Miss is number 3 behind Oregon, Ohio State. I think they're playing great football. They remind me a lot of Ohio State, maybe even a little bit better, where quarterback's a big plus, receivers are a big plus, defense is a big plus. You just have a little bit of question marks about their offensive line. But that's a damn good football team that can get after you in a multiple of ways. And we do not know how healthy DJ is still with that hamstring.
So that is from somebody who just watched hours of Florida here recently. There were a lot of plays last Saturday where, look, DJ Lagway, clearly his legs are hurt, right? He doesn't have the running ability, which credit to him. That was my most impressed. That's why I was so impressed with him. The dude has a incredible arm talent. And I don't mean just in terms of raw power. I mean like touch, placement, accuracy.
He's the most gifted. He's the most gifted quarterback in the SEC right now.
There you go.
He can do it all. He can do it all.
But right now, it appears that he's at least a bit hobbled running. LSU with Braden Swinson nearly got to him a few times. However, it just wasn't quite enough. The difference is this Ole Miss pass rush this year has just been an outlier in how good they've been. They're on a different level. And the same sacks that I saw him avoiding consistently last week, I don't see how he avoids them against Perkins, Uman Mielen, Jared Ivey, Pegues, Nolan, whoever else, Chris Paul. Like that defense is just too good right now, and they're going to get after a hobbled DJ Lagway.
I'll say this though, we focus so much on offense and quarterbacks, and because it's easy to do that. Florida's defense in the swamp, and just in general this year, has been pretty good.
Is that true? Because I kind of have the opposite.
Besides
Florida's defense, they're the second worst scoring defense in the conference. They just gave up 180 something rush yards to LSU. If you take the sacks out of it,
let's look at the last 5 games. They were dominant versus Tennessee on the road. Obviously, they killed Kentucky. That's Kentucky. Played a great game versus Georgia. Removed the Texas game. I think that's such an outlier. They literally, half their starting roster was not playing versus Texas. Like, no one gave a shit about that game. Like, I'm not even thinking about that game when it comes to stats and performance. LSU held them to 16 points. This defense is playing really damn well the past month and a half. So, and they're at home. So,
I mean, I don't know, dude.
A closer game than people think.
I don't know, dude. I mean, Florida gave up 455 total yards to Georgia. They gave up 562 to Texas, 375 to LSU.
Remove Texas. You have to remove Texas.
I don't think you do if you're talking about offensive Ole Miss's caliber.
I'm talking about from a perspective of Florida had a third-string quarterback starting for them, and they couldn't move the football.
I don't think Florida. Yeah, but that didn't have I get how that can affect.
It does have.
I get the knock-on effect. I know momentum and everything, and like belief, and cause you to kind of, well, what are we doing? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Florida's defense is that good. I think they play hard. But I think Ole Miss is going to wreck them.
We'll see. Ole Miss, just like we talked about with Ohio State's offensive line, Ole Miss's offense line is still improvement mode to me. Still improvement mode. That's going to be a loud, raucous, energized Swamp. They're coming off a massive
Here's
win.
the deal, though. Do you expect Florida to score? Because I don't. And so, like,
I
if
think
you're
DJ's good.
telling
I
me,
think DJ's still good enough. Montrell's getting healthy. I think DJ's good enough with those receivers to score a little bit. I'm not trying to make a case for Florida to win. I'm just trying to make a case that this is going to be more interesting than what you're anticipating it's going to be.
what's the spread?
The spread is 10.5. They have this as a closer game than Indiana and Ohio State.
Chip Halverson saying you're talking from emotions. Rewatch if you can what they did to LSU in the trenches. So again, what they did to LSU in the trenches was beat up on a true freshman. A redshirt freshman at guard. I don't know. I don't think beating an LSU offense that has been one of the worst in the entire country over the last 3 weeks is that impressive to me. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Go back to the Georgia game. First half, Georgia only scored 6 points.
And then
DJ gets hurt. Backup quarterback comes in once again, and Georgia just seized momentum and just ran with it.
I think Ole Miss covers here. I'm not being sour grapes over Florida. I think they shot their nut last week the same way I picked Georgia to lose because the matchup and then to win because the matchup. I think Ole Miss is an awful matchup for Florida. I think they're good everywhere that Florida is weak. I think the fact that DJ Lagway is a bit hobbled plays right in Ole Miss's hands with that pass rush. I think they can sit back and play coverage and just send the front four and consistently make his life hard. And then who gets open for Florida against the secondary? And again, I think Ole Miss's offense is really, you want to talk about current form. I think they are really entering their own right now, and they're going to go on the road here and make a statement in the Swamp.
I think Ole Miss wins by 10. I'll take it with the hook.
Oh, damn, that exact, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think Ole Miss pushes this thing in like 17.
I would feel better if Ole Miss didn't have the bye week. I think that bye week sucked for them. That just you have 2 weeks of reading your press clippings, people talking good about you, feeling like you're kings of the world because you beat Georgia, and then you have to sit for 2 weeks getting ready for this game. And Florida just came off an amazing win.
Yeah, well, both teams coming off big wins at that point. I mean, but also you during the bye week, you get healthy. You give Lane Kiffin an extra week to game plan against Billy Napier.
I just wonder, early game on the road, is it like we talked about with Ohio State? Are they a little bit slow coming out the gates? And in Florida, maybe knock them in the mouth, and then Ole Miss kind of run away with it in the second half. But I think between early game, Florida's momentum after a week, you give Lagway another week to get healthy. Ole Miss maybe a little bit sluggish coming off the bye week. I think Florida may have a little bit of a hotter start.
Yeah, I mean, again, don't forget that LSU box score. I know the score was, but like a better team, and that score don't end like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens this weekend. I like Ole Miss big. Oh, well, I'd say that was informative and fun. If you agree, please hit the like button, sub, and we'll see you next time for some more snaps.